The early morning sun glinted off the polished surface of a private jet parked at the far end of the runway. Its engines purred softly, preparing for takeoff. Workers moved briskly, fueling the aircraft, loading luggage, and checking instruments. The air smelled of jet fuel and asphalt. Near the security fence stood Ryan Cooper, a single father in his late 30s, holding his daughter Lily's small hand. His eyes were anxious, his voice tight with fear. He wasn't supposed to be here. Technically, he wasn't even an employee anymore. But he couldn't ignore what he had overheard the night before. Two mechanics whispering about a damaged pressure valve, something they were ordered to ignore because the boss wants the plane ready by dawn. Ryan knew what that meant. He'd spent years in hangars, fixing planes, watching shortcuts lead to tragedy. Lily, just 9 years old, clung to his arm. "Daddy, are you sure he'll listen?" she asked softly. Ryan looked down at her, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "He has to, sweetheart. If he doesn't, that jet won't make it out of the sky." A black luxury car rolled up beside the jet, tires crunching over the gravel. Out stepped Victor Lang, the billionaire industrialist known for his ruthlessness. Dressed in a tailored gray suit, he moved with the confidence of a man used to control. Assistants followed, checking schedules and answering phones. Ryan stepped forward, raising his voice. "Mr. Lang, don't get on that jet. It's going to explode." The sound cut through the noise of engines and chatter. Security guards immediately turned, hands on their earpieces, closing in. Lily's grip tightened around her father's hand. But before Ryan could stop her, she ran toward the fence. "Please, sir, my daddy's not lying. He works here. He heard the men talking about the fuel leak." Victor stopped mid-step, his sunglasses reflecting the girl's terrified face. He frowned, half amused, half irritated. "Who are you people?" he demanded. "I'm Ryan Cooper," the man replied firmly. "I used to be on your maintenance team. There's a leak in the left engine's valve. If you take off, that jet's a bomb waiting to go off." One of Victor's assistants scoffed, whispering something about crazy ex-employees. But Ryan's eyes stayed locked on Victor's. "You think I'd risk my daughter's safety just to lie to you?" For a long moment, the millionaire said nothing. The engines continued to rumble behind him, their sound growing louder, more impatient. Victor turned toward the plane, then back at the trembling child who had dared to speak up. Something in her eyes, pure, terrified honesty, made him hesitate. Victor Lang stood near the edge of the runway, his confidence replaced by quiet doubt. He had ordered his pilot and engineers to delay takeoff until the left engine was rechecked. Ryan and Lily watched from behind the security fence, hearts pounding. Every minute felt longer than the last. "Daddy, did he believe you?" Lily whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the engines. Ryan crouched beside her, squeezing her hand. "I don't know, honey, but at least he's checking. That's what matters." The ground crew worked quickly, removing panels and inspecting the fuel line. Victor stood beside them, arms folded, clearly impatient but uneasy. His lead mechanic shouted over the noise, "Sir, it looks fine. We've tested the valve twice." But Ryan shook his head from where he stood. He knew the signs. The faint hiss from the vent, the slight shimmer of vapor rising near the left wing. It wasn't fine. "They're missing it," he muttered. "The pressure's building from the inside." Then, without warning, a sharp, metallic snap rang through the air. In a split second, the sound turned into a roar. The jet's left engine erupted in a burst of orange flame, followed by an earth-shaking explosion. The blast wave knocked people off their feet and sent debris flying across the tarmac. Lily screamed and buried her face in her father's chest as Ryan shielded her from the shock. A wave of heat and smoke washed over them, followed by the deafening blare of alarms. The jet's sleek frame was gone, replaced by a twisted inferno of burning metal. Victor stumbled backward, staring in disbelief. His face was pale, his suit torn, his expression stripped of arrogance. He turned toward Ryan and Lily, who were now surrounded by security officers and fire crews rushing toward the flames. For a long moment, Victor said nothing. Then slowly he approached them. The heat shimmered between them as he stopped just a few feet away. His voice was hoarse when he finally spoke. "You were right," he said quietly. "You saved my life." Ryan looked at him, still holding Lily close. "I didn't do it for you," he said softly. "I did it because no one else was going to." Victor nodded, humbled. his eyes lingering on the child who had begged him to listen. "Then I owe both of you everything," he said. Behind them, firefighters fought the blaze that could have ended them all. The sound of the sirens faded into the distance, leaving only the crackle of burning metal and the unspoken bond between a father, his daughter, and the man they saved.